On last week's episode of Onboard Lifestyle, I was able to experience a worst-case scenario situation on Basic. My mom was on a chicken bus heading to Cologne, and the captain was on shore. I was alone when a violent squall rolled through Portobelo. Basic was torn from her mooring, and I had to stay calm and follow protocol in a tense situation as we dragged through the fleet to within feet of an old shipwreck. Let's continue our story the following day at anchor in Bahia de Portobelo.
Come and run away with me. Hey, won't you come? And say by chance, don't you want me? A man who fully understands a sailor's heart, a sailor's heart.
Okay, well, looks like rainy season is almost upon us.
Well, it's been raining every 20 minutes, so I think we're getting close.
But we are now in Portobelo. We got, what, an hour before the next rainstorm?
I know, it looks like a good one too.
Gonna go check things out, see what's here.
Yeah, we pulled up to a dinghy dock, and it's a nice man from, where's he from?
Italy,
Francesco.
Francesco.
Yeah, nice guy.
Hello!
Hello, how are you? Such a beautiful day, huh?
I know!
The sunny bay of Portobelo.
He's an ex-cruiser, fell in love with this area, and kind of put down some roots, but really nice guy. Kind of giving us the lay of the land, but encouraged us to kind of go walk around. Lots of history here.
Such a cute town.
Okay, we really don't know much about this place, but apparently there's a town square, and that's where all the magic and everything happens. But everything kind of leads to the square.
It's a pretty cute town so far, though.
It is pretty cool. I think this is that. Wow. Is that the customs?
Well, it must be. They said it's the largest building in town, and below it is a museum. We'll have to check that out while we're here.
All the buildings here.
Just pretty cool so far. And so quiet too.
I know. That's because it's raining. Nobody's out
I think they're used to that.
as we're wading through.
But there's one thing that we need to be careful of, because there has been lots of recent cases of dengue fever. So we are gonna have to really douse ourselves in bug spray.
Yeah, repellent will be our friend.
Yeah, so we don't want to get sick, and hopefully we won't get sick while we're here. Just gotta stay safe. Well, the sun came out finally after days and days of torrential rain. So we've been trying to dry out the boat. It has been just gloomy. It felt almost like we were in the Pacific Northwest. I mean, it was actually a little bit cooler than what we're used to. So yeah, it's been not the best feeling. The thing that's kind of interesting is we really love the rain. It's like a double-edged sword, because you know, on one hand we get to capture a lot of rainwater, so then it's something that is always nice to have. For drinking water, and also filling our tanks, so when we don't have to run the water maker. But also the hard thing is that we have to close everything up. So it has that mugginess and the humidity inside that's kind of sucks. So we've been trying to air everything out. I've been doing laundry and just trying to dry everything off. We use literally every single towel that we own, trying to sop up all the driving rain. Between that, dragging anchor, which that was a nightmare in itself, because we've never had that happen before, even when we were in the hurricane. And then now Teal is under the weather. We're not sure if it's maybe like a 24-hour bug. I'm hoping it's that, but the other thing that we have to think about is that we are in this area where there's been a lot of dengue cases. There's a couple of cruisers in the anchorage that are battling that now. They have been down and out. They were saying that in town, like all the thermometers are sold out because there's been a lot of cases of dengue fever. I'm looking, Teal has some of the symptoms, but I'm hoping it's just the flu. So yeah, a little stressful. I made him some Vietnamese congee just because it's good for hydration, and it's just something that is nice and soothing on his belly. And yeah, so that's what it is. We're just kind of hanging out. Feels good now that we can actually see blue skies. I can't believe I'm saying that, but not having that for the past couple days has been kind of depressing.
Over the course of the next 6 days, I just slept. My body just wanted it. The first few days I had a high temperature, but by day 4 that had come back down to normal. What wasn't normal is that I continued to sleep, around 20 hours a day, for 6 days. We don't know what I had, and at anchor, there was no way to tell, but it sure didn't feel like the flu. It felt different. I was down for the count and absolutely exhausted, and just needed to sleep.
It really is amazing how much of a mess we can create in the course of just minutes, right?
It's crazy.
It is crazy. So we've just been kind of trying to air everything out, open everything up, dry it out, and then I don't know, I guess we'll have some downtime here while Teal gets better. Hopefully we'll see that he's in better shape tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope so. Crossing our fingers.
I know. In the meantime, Compass, of course, is holding down the fort. Compass?
Hey, baby. With the captain finally starting to feel a little better, the crew is looking forward to departing Portobelo. But first, we have to dive into a bit of the rich history of this harbor.
All right, so round 2. This time we're well prepared. We have tennis shoes on. Last time we were here, Emma took a big dive. Just healing up. That's what we get for wearing sandals.
Yeah, but it'll be better this time.
We're heading out tomorrow. So we wanted to check out this fort before heading out. The rain finally let up. Jesus, it was just torrential rain for 4 days? 4 or 5 days?
It's been crazy. We haven't run the water maker since we've been here because we're
That's
getting
kind of nice though.
25 gallons a day of rainwater.
If not more.
Oh, we could get more. I just keep topping the tanks off.
Right, did anybody do history on this place?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little studying.
Christopher Columbus apparently discovered this place in what, 1502?
Yeah, discovered this place.
Discovered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Emma's not impressed, obviously. But still cool to see all of this here.
Tons of history.
Portobelo was founded in 1597 by Spanish explorer Francisco Velarde and quickly replaced Nombre de Dios as the main Caribbean port for Peruvian silver. Legend has it that Christopher Columbus originally named the port Portobelo, meaning beautiful port, in 1502.
I'm assuming there was a wharf right here, and this was the entrance to this fort. Look at this.
But I can't see.
They were taller back then.
I don't think so. Taller than some people.
So I read that this is all cut from coral. Oh yeah, you can see it. It's all cut from coral because they could use normal woodworking tools to cut it, stack it up, and the longevity was, they say, is huge on coral. So they stacked it up, then overlaid it with a skin of some sort of cement.
Really interesting.
During the 16th to 18th centuries, Portobelo was an important silver exporting port. The Spanish built defensive fortifications to protect this important harbor, as it was one of just 2 Atlantic ports on the Spanish treasure fleet route.
Super interesting.
Despite this harbor's heavy fortification, the 3 forts in Portobelo, San Fernando, Santiago, and San Geronimo, were repeatedly captured by British privateers and pirates.
Okay, I feel like I'm letting my imagination get the best of me because there are holes everywhere on the ground, and I'm hoping that they're hermit crab holes or something and not snake holes. So I gotta be really careful.
I know, I'm so afraid of stepping on snakes.
I know.
This place is very overgrown.
Extremely overgrown.
Look at the details in this.
Dead end?
No, the
Stairs
access
here.
to the high battery right here.
Nice.
It's gorgeous.
When you look close, you see lizards just crawling everywhere.
This is their home.
Okay, let's go up to the high battery, people.
Woo!
This is what I'm talking about. Everywhere.
In 1601, the Spanish privateer William Parker captured Portobelo from the Spanish. Welshman Henry Morgan in 1668 led a fleet of privateers and 450 men to plunder the stronghold for 14 days before withdrawing. The fortifications were captured soon after in 1680, this time by pirate John Coxon, who famously terrorized the Spanish Main.
We have not hiked like this in a while, and I am honestly a little tired, but you know, it's still gorgeous looking out at the beautiful anchorage.
The port was repeatedly captured by British privateers and pirates, culminating in a successful siege by the Royal Navy in 1739 during the War of Jenkins' Ear.
Yeah, I'm dragging. I still don't feel 100% after my little bout with whatever I had, because that usually wouldn't wind me at all, and I'm pretty winded. Ugh.
Well, I'm glad you made it up.
I'm winded for unrelated reasons.
Lazy reasons. guys gave me such good positive feedback about my focaccia bread recipe that I wanted to share another variation of that you can do to turn it into a different dish. So today I'm going to be making the crew a deep dish pizza using that same exact focaccia bread recipe. What I love about this recipe is obviously how easy and simple it is, using very little ingredients, and really it's almost foolproof. Obviously, if I had some foresight or more planning, I could do this even easier, which is doing it overnight, where you literally mix everything up, do a couple folds, and then just leave it in the fridge and pop it out the next day, so then it actually develops even more flavor. But because I didn't, I started this afternoon, and we're gonna be able to have this tonight. So this is my final fold until I do the final roll out into the actual pan and let that rise for another hour or so, and then in the meantime I'll work on all my toppings. Tonight's deep dish pizza is going to be obviously a crew favorite, which is pepperoni, but you can't really kind of pick and choose your toppings when you're out here in islands and in remote ports. So I have some red onion, I have mozzarella cheese, and Anaheim chili, so that's what we're going to use. Okay, final phase, and I like to do a combination of butter and olive oil. Don't judge me. It's good for you, in moderation, of course. But I think this has turned out really nice. Feels nice. Smells delicious. Wish there was a way for you guys to smell it, but just try it. And how fun is this? Just do the final flip. And we'll let that rise for another hour. Then we'll do the toppings and then pop it in the oven and we'll have dinner. Simple. Okay, the final review. Let's see how this baby looks.
Wow.
I think it did pretty good. Now the fun part happens.
Putting the toppings on?
Put the toppings on. Well, first, got a glass of wine. Because, you know.
You can't make pizza without red wine.
Pizza without red wine. And then we'll do the toppings. If you guys want the recipe for my homemade pizza sauce, let me know and I will share that with you. It is a no cook, but it is tried and true, easy to make with shelf stable ingredients again. And yeah, that's it. So let's get to work. Okay, the key is this is not your typical pizza dough. So dimple it first, layer it with cheese and then the sauce. Otherwise it gets too soggy. And I pre-shredded a lot of cheese, but also whatever cheese you can get your hands on. Really, cheese is not very well accessible in these parts, so if you can get it, great. It's nice to have lots of choices on toppings, but to me, the simpler the better. It just lets the rest of the bread and the crust kind of shine through. Okay, looks like it's ready. I'm gonna pop this into the oven for about 17-18 minutes at 375, just until it gets really crispy on top around the edges, and then I will finish it off with a little fresh grated Parmesan and we are good to go.
Okay, and now the hard part, the taste test. Check this out. Man, this is one of my favorites. I always love when my mom makes this because I love focaccia bread, I love pizza, and of course, I love cheese.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of Onboard Lifestyle. A huge thanks goes out to our amazing patrons whose generous support drives the production of our videos. Join our crew if you can. With the uncertainty of the captain's illness, our best diagnosis is dengue, which means this may linger for a few more weeks. Regardless, Basik will set sail for the San Blas Islands. The crew is anxious to explore this 340 island archipelago. So come back next week for this exciting video series. See you then!